I secured an All India rank 8 in AIMS MSc entrance exam of reproductive biology and clinical embryology. And here's what I will do again to do so. Hello everybody, this is me Asmita Saxena and welcome to another video from Vidyadhara. Today I will be discussing my personal journey about AIMS MSc embryology exam. Where can I do this course and what are the subjects? So as per 2026, only AIMS Delhi offers this course if we are talking about AIMS particularly. Also, this is a 2-year full-time program that you have to do. AIMS Delhi is one of the most prestigious and renowned institutions, so of course the competition is there. अगर हम बात करते हैं सिलेबस की, तो ये सिलेबस मैं आपको जो बता रही हूँ वो है इस कोर्स का, ना कि इस एंट्रेंस के लिए. उसके लिए आपको थोड़ा वेट करना होगा. If you take admission into this course, then you have to give papers related to cell biology, molecular biology, developmental biology and reproductive physiology. These are the subjects that come under the umbrella of this course and you have to be really good at all of them. Now, this course is actually is going to give you a lot of advantage, and after completing it, you are eligible to pursue a PhD or you can work as an embryologist. Again, the starting salaries of an embryologist are not going to be very great, so you have to be patient in this. अब बात करते हैं एलिजिबिलिटी की. अगर हम बताते हैं तो एम्स के प्रोस्पेक्टस में ईजिली लिखा है दैट इफ़ यू आर अ स्टूडेंट ऑफ बायोलॉजी और एनी एलाइड एप्लीकेशन और साइंसेज देन यू आर एलिजिबल फॉर दिस. I myself have studied biotech at the bachelor's level and I did give this exam, so of course you're eligible. Many students I met there came from fields of biology, biochemistry, zoology and whatnot. So yes, if you have studied anything in your bachelor's like related to biology, then you're definitely eligible for this. And MBBS is not at all required. Of course, if you have done MBBS, you can still pursue this course here. Now, if you're talking about the opportunities, then of course opportunities are great after you finish a degree in this. But particularly at AIMS, they are not going to be very much because of the increasing competition. जब मैं गई थी एग्ज़ाम देने तो मुझे भी यही फील होता था कि शायद ही किसी बच्चे को इस बारे में पता होगा, लेकिन ऐसा नहीं है. जितनी रिसर्च आप करते हो उतनी रिसर्च और बच्चे भी करते हैं. सो दिस कोर्स इज़ नॉट जस्ट वेरी लिमिटेड. ओके, यू हैव टू फाइट विद लॉट ऑफ पीपल फॉर अ सिंगल सीट. जब मैं गई थी एंड व्हेन आई सॉ द लिस्ट देन अप्रॉक्स 150 स्टूडेंट्स वर देयर. सो येस, प्लीज़ जस्ट अंडरस्टैंड दैट ऑल ऑफ दैट व्हाट यू आर डूइंग इज़ गोइंग टू बी हियर. अब बात कर लेते हैं एप्लीकेशन प्रोसीजर की. अगर हम बात करते हैं तो मेरे टाइम पर एप्लीकेशन शुरू हुई थी 25 मार्च से और ये थी 30 अप्रैल तक. सो यू हैव अ गुड विंडो ऑफ 1 month टू कंप्लीट योर एप्लीकेशंस. Now, particularly for this course or any MSc course in AIMS, not a lot of videos are uploaded on YouTube and even I was confused. But not anymore. I, being the student, will help you in this now. So, if we talk, then after opening the portal, when these applications are released, you first have to register, then you have to log in and pay the fees. The fees for general category to give this exam itself is 2,000 and for OBC it's the same. For SC, ST or EWS, it is somewhere around 1,600. The fees changes dynamic, so it can happen every year, but more or less it is like this. Yes, I know the fees is a lot compared to 700 that you pay for CUET, but this is something that you have to do. And of course this fees is non-refundable, so it does not matter if your exam gets cleared, if you get the seat or not, but yes, it is not going to be refundable. Coming to the fees of this course, it's really very nominal and it is ranging around 1385 to 2830, excluding some security deposit that you have to pay. Being a government institution, the fees will obviously be very nominal, but it is the competition that worries a lot of people. But with the right strategy, you can easily get there. Now, the real loophole is the seats. I, being from a general category, could not get into the course even though I secured an AIR 8. Yes, that breaks my heart, but I'm sure that you can do everything you have but still not get it if it's not in your fate. So you should not lose your hope. The seat matrix we'll be discussing now in the video. These were the seats that were available for this course. अगर आप देख सकते हो तो बहुत क्लियरली लिखा है कि रिप्रोडक्टिव बायोलॉजी एंड क्लिनिकल एम्ब्रियोलॉजी के लिए पहली बात टोटल सीट्स ही 6 हैं. उनमें से सिर्फ एक अनरिजर्व्ड के लिए ओपन है, ओबीसी के लिए 2 हैं और SC, ST और EWS के लिए एक है. लेकिन लेट मी टेल यू, इस साल से पहले 3 सीट्स ओपन थी हम जनरल कैटेगरी के लोगों के लिए, लेकिन फॉर सम रीज़न एम्स डिसाइडेड टू डू दिस. अगर कोर्सेज अदर देन दीज, ऑल ऑफ देम हैव सीट्स ग्रेटर देन 1. Even perfusion technology has 2 seats, and I don't clearly understand this disparity. I do believe that AIMS is a very good institution and they can definitely open more seats, at least more for some general category students. But जैसे आप देख रहे हो सीट्स कम है तो कंपटीशन ऑफ कोर्स बहुत हाई है, बट येस विद द राइट स्ट्रैटेजी एंड द राइट थिंग्स यू कैन definitely get in there. Talking about the paper pattern, then you have 90 minutes to attempt this paper. It is in the computer mode, MCQ choices, and there is a negative marking. So you get +1 for every right answer and -1/3 for every wrong answer. So you have to do 3 wrong questions in order to get a -1. If we talk about the subjects and everything, then let me tell you, when I wanted to give the paper for AIMS, then I was confused if I can give 2 papers at once or not. But yes, you can give it. So being from a biotech background, it was tough for me to choose if I could choose between 2 exams or if I had to do only one. But let me tell you, AIMS actually conducts the exams for all MSc courses except nursing on a single day in shifts. So if you are willing to give more than one exam, then of course you have to pay a separate application fees. But it is like this: for the first 90 minutes you give one exam, and for the other 90 minutes you give the another exam. That is how it works. So if you want to pursue more than one course, or if you want to keep your doors open, then of course clearly go for it, because just as we looked at the seat matrix, it is not very simple. So if you are interested in some other courses that you find good at AIMS, then definitely go for it. The next and the most important question is, what is the syllabus and how to prepare for it? So before telling you the syllabus, I am telling you that I will be posting a big playlist of the subjects and the videos that are related to this course. उस वीडियो में मैं आपको एक एक कॉन्सेप्ट समझाऊंगी in great detail so that it actually helps you to do so. But because our exam is typically in June, I will be posting the content in around November. लेकिन उससे पहले अगर आपको अपने मेरे notes चाहिए हैं to know about this course or for any other entrance exam, then you can definitely ping me on Instagram, या फिर आप comment करो and we can connect in some way. Now, coming to the syllabus, when I was going there, I was completely clueless like you are. I did get some help from my seniors, but most of it I was confused. If we talk about the paper, then it is not purely developmental biology or clinical embryology. मैंने गलती की थी कि मैंने लाइगमैन की बुक उठाई थी और मैं उसके सारे नोट्स बना चुकी थी. I did this last year in June. But the thing is, I did not understand that when I'm actually going to give an entrance for an exam, they're not going to ask me the depth of it. So, from my experience, the major questions that came in the exam were related to biochemistry, cell biology, and molecular biology. I know it sounds a little absurd, but it is what it is. So this is what generally happens. Plus, if we talk about the paper pattern overall, then out of 90 questions, only 35 to 40 were from reproductive physiology, and they were quite easier to solve. Like if you have studied physiology at your bachelor's level, you can easily get this done. But the toughest portion that I faced was related to biochem, and that is a fact. But now if I'm talking about what are the questions and how do they come, एम्स फोकस करता है कॉन्सेप्ट पर. वो आपसे ये नहीं पूछेगा कि जीपीसीआर की बाइंडिंग यूनिट क्या है या फिर जीपीसीआर में कितनी सब यूनिट्स होती हैं. मेरे को एक क्वेश्चन आया था एम्स में जिसने मेरे को बिल्कुल ही शट ऑफ कर दिया था, एंड दैट क्वेश्चन वेंट समथिंग लाइक दिस: इफ 50% ऑफ द जीपीसीआर सब यूनिट्स आर ब्लॉक्ड, देन हाउ मेनी ऑफ देम विल बी फंक्शनल इन सर्टेन केसेस. I do not remember the exact question, but it went something like this. So if you are studying for some exams like CUET PG Life Science or something like that, the paper pattern will slightly be different. मैंने दिया था CUET PG Life Science, तो मेरे पास सारे नोट्स बने हुए थे और उन्हीं नोट्स को रेफर करके मैंने एम्स में ये रैंक ली है. That is why I'm telling you that whatever notes you're preparing, or if you want my help, then please let me know in the comments or on my Instagram, and I will definitely give you my notes. Coming over to this, you have to prepare a lot for it, and in not a lot like you have to study for 6 to 8 months. I started studying in May, but my plus point was that I had my notes made. तो आपको अपने कॉन्सेप्ट्स क्लियर करने हैं, चाहे आपको 3 महीने लगे या 8 महीने लगे, दैट इज क्लियरली अप टू यू. बट इफ यू स्टार्ट समवेयर बिटवीन December and January, you clearly have a good time to do so. Also, I read somewhere on Quora that the AIMS MSc Embryology exam paper is quite easy and you can easily do it after you study from 10th, 11th, 12th biology books. But no, it is not the case. I also read reproductive physiology and biology from my NCERT, and of course I'm not saying that it is not good. You have to do it to clear up your basics, but don't expect to get a very good rank in there if you are just doing that. The books that I followed were particularly Guyton and Hill Physiology. Then I had my book of Tortora, and I clearly recommend it to everybody. I bought it when I was in my bachelor's, and there, I don't know about the ebook, but an ebook is definitely available for the Guyton and Hill edition. However, if you want some particular pages or you want my help in the books, then you can definitely tell me and we will clear this up. I am going to be making a good playlist about all this because I really want you all to succeed in this, and you should. टॉकिंग अबाउट द काउंसलिंग, ये प्रोसेस थोड़ा ज़्यादा आपको शायद समझना है, लेकिन मैं आपको बता देती हूँ. एम्स का एग्ज़ाम हुआ था मेरे केस में 13 जून को, और 20 जून तक मुझे रिजल्ट मिल गया था, तो ज़्यादा टाइम नहीं लगता है. और ये रिजल्ट रिलीज़ करते हैं एक रैंक फॉर्म में, मतलब एक पूरी लिस्ट आती है जिसमें आपको अपने रोल नंबर के हिसाब से अपनी रैंक चेक करनी होती है. और मैं यहाँ पर एक स्क्रीनशॉट अटैच भी करूँगी सो दैट यू एक्चुअली अंडरस्टैंड दैट डिड सिक्योर इन AIR 8. नाउ लेट मी टेल यू अबाउट द काउंसलिंग. एम्स के प्रोस्पेक्टस में डेफिनेटली लिखा है कि जब भी आपका रिजल्ट रिलीज होता है तो सिलेक्शन आपका होता है रैंक वाइज, ओके, एक्सेप्ट फॉर योर कैटेगरीज एंड वी ऑल नो दैट. बट टू बी वेरी ऑनेस्ट विद यू, यहाँ पे क्या होता है कि जो आपका सीट मैट्रिक्स है, फॉर एग्जाम्पल हमारे कोर्स में 6 है, तो 8 × 6 यानी कि 48 बच्चों को ईमेल जाता है रजिस्टर करने का टू पार्टिसिपेट इन काउंसलिंग. ओके, इवन आई गॉट द ईमेल एंड देन यू आर एक्सपेक्टेड टू फिल योर चॉइसेस लाइक द चॉइस ऑफ योर इंस्टीट्यूशन. बट क्योंकि ये कोर्स सिर्फ एम्स दिल्ली में है तो आपका इसका ऑप्शन होगा नहीं. नाउ if we talk about the other thing, then if you are selected in that thing, then you are asked to submit your documents and get them verified. तो ये प्रोसीजर थोड़ा लंबा हो जाता है, एंड ऑफ कोर्स यू गेट एडमिशन इन अराउंड अगस्त. बट टू बी वेरी ऑनेस्ट, ये जो आपका काउंसलिंग का प्रोसीजर है ये स्टार्ट ही होता है विद इन 2 to 3 weeks. सो इट्स ओके टू वेट फॉर अ वाइल. डोंट थिंक दैट मेरी रैंक कम आई है या मेरी रैंक ज़्यादा आई है तो क्या मेरे साथ ये हो भी रहा है या नहीं. यू हैव टू बी वेरी पेशेंट इन ऑल दिस. So this was all from my side, and if you want any other syllabus or any other knowledge, then please feel free to contact me in my comments or DM me on Instagram. See you in the very next videos.